Hi friends. Holy shit, it is sunny out. Oof. So today I thought I would do a little Q&A, but I thought I would do it in a bit of a more scenic area. So I'm on my way to find a park. According to Neighbor, there is a park about 5 blocks away from my apartment. So I'm on a little walk right now, on a little adventure looking for this park. But I think I'm getting close. It is very hot out. It is like 28 degrees right now, and I crave death. So let's see how this goes. So I managed to find an okay spot to just come sit and kind of be secluded away from street performers and stuff like that. Since I'm sitting in the shade, I guess I don't need these anymore. So just for context, I am sitting in a busy park facing a bush. Basically, it looks like I'm talking to myself or like I'm on a video chat, but I'm not showing the other person. So I do look a little bit crazy, but I'm letting it slide. Pulled out my notes. I am ready to go. Let's do this. So first question is, where are you living? So the first 4 weeks that I was in Seoul, I was living in a hostel. I always thought they were kind of like buildings in like the sides of other buildings, like a little hole in the wall. But this one was really, really nice. It was called Iwa Boutique, and it was super nice. Best area ever. Had everything that I could ever need, and honestly, just the service was really great. So 10 out of 10 for them. Actually, last week is when I moved into my new apartment. It's called a goshiwan, and a goshiwan is similar to a studio apartment back in Canada, but much smaller, like much smaller. It's a single room. My room has a shower and bathroom attached to it, and I was lucky enough to get one that had like a little kitchenette in it as well, so I can do my own cooking if I decide I want to make like late night ramen or something. So my apartment is about $600 Canadian. That's everything included. They actually also offer free food in the basement, which is where like the kitchen is for everybody else. It's just free kimchi, rice, and ramen, which is lovely. And on the days when I can't really afford it, it's a great way to, eat dinner really cheap. I was kind of hoping to go a little cheaper, but for what I'm getting and for the size of the room that I have, I'm very happy with it. And it's literally around the corner from my school. So if I'm running late, I can run for it. Actually, I don't even have to run for it. I can literally just walk if I really, really want to. But I'm always an early bird. Like, I'm always the first person there. So that doesn't really apply to me, but I like being close. So next question was, how much of a culture shock did you experience? How different was it to what you built up in your head? I was introduced to Korean culture back in my second year of college, and that was just through like K-dramas and K-pop, so I didn't really know too much, but I really loved the sound of the Korean language. So I've been kind of like self-teaching through YouTube and textbooks for about 4-ish years. Not like hardcore studying, or else I would be very, very good at Korean, but I've been teaching myself on and off using the internet for quite some time now. So by the time I got here, I already knew a lot of the customs and kind of what to expect. So when I got here, there wasn't really much of a culture shock, to be completely honest with you. Question number 3 is, what's one major thing you miss about Canada? I never thought I would be like that Canadian, but like, damn, I miss Tim Hortons. Oh, ice caps, I miss you so much. Question number 4, do you have struggles with the Korean language, or do you think you're picking it up pretty quickly? Hells to the no. Hells to the no. I'm in a university studying it, so being in that kind of environment really helps like concentrate on learning the thing that you're there to study. So because I'm in a room filled with people who are also at the same level as me, studying the same thing I am, it really helps and it makes you want to learn more. But honestly, I've been trying my absolute hardest to profusely try to speak in Korean, read as much Korean as I can, even if it's just walking down the street reading signs that I see, which surprisingly really helps. For the most part, I try to use as much Korean as I can, but I'm not gonna lie, I do end up speaking a lot more English than I do Korean, so what are you gonna do? Question number 5, how did you survive the long-ass flight? Okay, so from Toronto YYZ to Incheon ICN, it was a 14-hour flight. For some reason, I thought it'd be a really good idea to pick the direct flight, and it was agony. Even though I could have slept for like most of that plane ride, for some reason I just didn't. And honestly, not sleeping on that plane ride, I think really helped me kind of get ahead of the jet lag, just because I didn't sleep a whole lot the night before my flight, and then I didn't sleep on the flight, so that when I arrived in Korea, it would be about 3:30 p.m. All I had to do was live through the day. And that's exactly what happened. It was awesome. When I arrived, it was about 4 p.m. I just lived through that day, ate my dinner, hung out with a friend, and then I went straight home, straight to bed. And the next morning I woke up and I didn't feel any jet lag at all. Next question, how's the transit system in Korea? Holy crap, the transit system here is bananas. It is crazy amazing. I love it here. It's so great. And honestly, it's so hard to like get lost because they have such an amazing app called Kakao Metro. And the app can tell you exactly where to go, what time to get on, what time you'll arrive, how long it'll be. It'll tell you all of the stops in between the stops that you're going to or arriving from. It's super helpful. And even then, even if you don't have that app, there are maps everywhere in every single station, so you never need to worry, you never need to be confused. You'll get to where you need to go and it'll work out in the end. Toronto, take notes. You could really learn a thing or two from the public transit system here in Korea. Next question. Okay, this is really hard to do without looking at this paper, so I'm just gonna look at this paper. How hard was getting into a new sleep and diet pattern? Most importantly, are you enjoying it and getting what you expected out of it? Okay, so honestly, getting into a new sleep pattern, new diet pattern was nothing for me. I think it's literally just because I did so much research ahead of time before I came here. The diet here is amazing. Everything is so good, so nutritious. Don't get me wrong, they have a lot of candy, they have a lot of sweets, they have a lot of alcohol, but honestly, a lot of their food is really good for you. You know, it's shit, but not as shitty as like Canadian food, so you can't really say much about it. And most importantly, am I having a good time? Heck yes, I am. I'm having the best time being here. Honestly, being here is just making me like stutter. Every single morning when I wake up and I look out my window and I'm like, whoa, I'm in Korea. Like, it's eye-opening. It's so insane to just think that, you know, 2 months ago I was in Canada just like working, not doing much. And now I'm here and I'm studying Korean language, I'm studying Korean culture, I'm meeting all these amazing people from all around the world, and I get to see all these amazing things. And then it's just crazy to think that in 1 year's time, I'll be back in Canada, probably back to work or doing whatever. So I try not to think about that because then I just get really sad about it. I'm trying to live in the moment. So like in this current moment, I'm on the other side of the world. I'm sitting in a lovely park, listening to a wonderful singer play music in front of me. So, you know, thanks for that, Korea. Honestly, I think that's all of the questions that I got asked. If you do have another question, please feel free to like write it down below or private message me or something. It might get put into another video if there's enough questions later on, but for the moment being, I think this is kind of it. If you have any ideas for vlogs, main videos, you know, anything like that, just let me know and I'll try and see what I can do. Remember, please, I am not an actual YouTuber. I'm literally just doing this from my pals back home. So thanks for visiting, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video. And yeah.